Today, I'm going to explain a film about a world where evil people turn into demons, and other people only depend on hunters.
Ryan Little.
The film opens with a little girl playing in a fishing boat with her father, who tells the little girl that she should not play near the shore because a demon might catch her. And since the girl did not believe him, her father, as a joke, gets into the water and scares the little girl by pretending to be a monster. But out of nowhere, this man is attacked by a strange creature that tears him to pieces. Everyone in the village thinks that this is the work of a demon, and so they hire a quack monk to eliminate the beast. This fool throws a bomb into the river and kills a gigantic stingray. Upon seeing the animal's corpse, the villagers celebrate, believing that they had gotten rid of the monster. But then our protagonist, a Buddhist demon hunter named Sanzang, appears and tells the villagers the truth, that the creature was not a demon but a simple stingray. The villagers do not believe him. Moreover, for being a liar, they tie him with a rope and hang him from a pole. The swindler monk, to prove that he had exterminated the beast, sends one of the villagers to get into the water. And after checking that nothing happened, several of the villagers decide to jump into the river. However, minutes later, the real creature arrives and begins to devour these Chinese. Sanzang lets go of the rope and with clumsy movements prevents a baby from being eaten by the monster, which in its attempt to swallow the child gets stuck on a wooden board. Sanzang then asks the villagers for help, because if they can get the demon out of the river, they will be able to defeat it. Several people try to pull him out with their weight, but in the end, with the help of a fat girl, they manage to pull him out of the water. Once out of the river, the big fish takes the form of a completely naked person, as it turns out that the demons were humans whose hearts had been filled with evil and that made them become monsters. Sanzang is a noble person who believes that no matter that they are demons, because good must exist within them. That is why his method to capture the demons is singing nursery rhymes to remove their evil. But it turns out that this method is not effective, because the demon man is enraged and begins to hit him hard. Luckily, a skilled demon hunter appears and captures the creature inside a magic sack, transforming him into a small stuffed animal. After the fight, the brazen girl begins to mock Sanzang for his method of catching monsters, embarrassing the Buddhist who leaves the village in search of his master to help him become a great hunter. The plump sage explains to Sanzang that to improve as a hunter he needs to find enlightenment, for only then can he use the power of the songs to bring goodness back to the demons. Thus, Sanzang continues on his way and arrives at an inn, where he discovers that a demon took over the place, because despite the mirage created by this creature, he manages to see that, in reality, the customers were dead and that the food was human flesh. When he was about to confront the monster's henchman, the mysterious huntress appears again, and there we realize that this girl is very powerful, since she uses strange rings to kill her enemies. Then, the real demon manifests and confronts each other in super combat, where the skillful girl manages to hold the nasty pig, and with the help of Sanzang manages to catch him in his bag. But unlike the previous demon, this pig turns out to be very powerful and ends up escaping the bag, transforming into a huge boar. Seeing the power of the beast, Sanzang and the girl decide to flee to a lake, where the shameless girl takes off her clothes so that Sanzang can help her heal her wounds. During their conversation, we find out that the huntress is named Duan. She asked Sanzang if he was also chasing the monster for the bounty, and he replied that he didn't become a hunter for the money, but to help people. This charms the girl's heart, and she asks him to kiss her, but the coward runs away. When Sanzang returns to his master, they talk about what happened, and the master reveals that the pig demon was formerly a man, whose wife left him for someone else, and that filled him with hatred. So from that moment on, he dedicated himself to eliminating unfaithful women, accumulating so much evil that made him transform into a demon. In addition, the master tells him that to defeat the pig creature, he must find the monkey king who is imprisoned in the Five Fingers Mountain, but warns him that he must be very careful with the monkey because it was Buddha who locked him there for being a ruthless demon. On the way, Sanzang meets Duan again, and this time she tells him that although she is a huntress, she also wants to be a wife and mother in the future and thinks that Sanzang could be her man. However, the namby-pamby Sanzang tells her that he wants nothing of the sort, as he only wants to be a hunter monk. So Duan decides to take revenge by ordering his men to lock Sanzang up until he agrees to be her husband. At some point, Duan's sister asks her why she likes Sanzang so much, if he is very ugly and looks like a bum, and Duan explains that he thinks he is a different man. Besides, he likes the fact that he rejects her because that shows that he is a man who knows what he wants. But there was no time for romantic things since the wild boar appeared and destroyed the vehicle of Duan's group. As the beast was about to end their lives, another hunter shows up and has a short fight with the boar. Then, this hunter is interrupted by another hunter who is an old man with a deformed leg. Soon after, a pale, Chinese hunter shows up surrounded by old women. It turns out that they were all hunters who were looking for the pig demon in order to get the bounty on its head. Sanzang proposes to them to form a team to defeat the monster, but none of the hunters accepts. So this good-for-nothing goes off alone to Five Fingers Mountain to find the monkey. Sanzang goes through several places and finally manages to find the cave where the Monkey King was imprisoned, and this monkey tells him that Buddha locked him up for 500 years for a small disagreement. But now he is good, and as a sign of that, he had lost his demonic form. Sanzang asked him to help him tame the pig demon, and to convince him, he gives him a banana. Then, the Monkey King accepts and explains to him that to capture the pig demon, he must lure it to that cave, and once there he should let him take care of the rest. Although to lure the beast, a girl had to sing and dance under the moonlight, a love song that the pig demon wrote to his former wife. Duan, who followed Sanzang to that mountain, had heard everything and decided to volunteer. Then, the old man teaches her the choreography, and the young woman is the one who performs the ritual under the moonlight, and there, we realize that Sanzang was already beginning to feel something for her. That is when the pig demon shows up. And it was not a problem because the Monkey King was so powerful that he quickly transformed it into a little piglet. Duan takes the opportunity to take the pig and turn it into a stuffed animal with her magic sack, and then proposes again to Sanzang. But the wretch rejects her again, so the huntress leaves the place with her little broken heart. Before Sanzang also leaves, the Monkey King asks him to do him a favor, which was to remove the flower at the entrance of the cave in order to see the full moon. The credulous young man agrees to his request, not realizing that it was a trap set by the prisoner, and in this way all the flowers protecting the cave are burned and the Monkey King manages to escape. In an attempt to stop him, Sanzang begins to pray to Buddha while he is attacked by the demonic monkey, who pulls out his hair to prevent him from praying. Suddenly, the three hunters we saw earlier arrive and argue to see who would be the one to confront the Monkey King. The first one to go was the one using taijutsu, but he is easily defeated by the Monkey King, who ends up devouring him. The next fighter was the old man, whose main power was to have a giant foot. However, when he proceeded to step on the monkey, it pierced his foot. Then, the last opponent was the pale Chinese, whose power was to control swords and whose way of fighting was quite interesting, as he even fused his swords together to defeat the monkey. However, the Monkey King was very powerful, so having received the direct attack from the giant sword did nothing to him. Then the monkey proceeded to burn all the hunters and then returned to end Sanzang's life. But fortunately, Duan appeared. She was very angry with the monkey for having hurt her beloved, so she tried to attack the monkey with her best powers, but the monkey quickly defeated her. Sanzang, seeing her in agony, asked for forgiveness and confessed that he had always loved her. But the monkey did not intend to leave Duan alive, so he used his powers to totally destroy her. This awakened a power in Sanzang that made him change his appearance and increase his Ki. In this way, he uses the songbook with children's themes to invoke the Buddha himself. Then, the Monkey King, who was very angry with Buddha, tried to fight him. But Buddha was not just any fighter, he was a divine figure and his immense power was greater than the earth. So Buddha proceeded to make an attack with his mighty palm, and although the Monkey King used his maximum power to defend himself, it was useless against Buddha. Later, both warriors meet in a kind of paradise where the bald hunter places a ring on the Monkey King's head and in this way frees him from his evil. Back on Earth, we see Sanzang's teacher naming him as the new disciple of Buddha and the 3 demons, who have already been turned back into humans, named as Sanzang's protectors. And the film ends by showing Sanzang and his new guardians traveling westward, where he would find the sacred scriptures that would allow him to free the entire world from its suffering. And that's how this movie called Journey to the West ends.